I'm gonna delay the mirror hezi. I'm gonna do a full elite scoring workout. I'm pushing to become harder to guard, and this is my journey.
John Hildebrand, possibly the most exciting backcourt player at any level in the state of Oregon. He's Maravich-like, a wizard handling the ball, sees his teammates. Sometimes he's a big scorer.
They're throwing all sorts of stuff at him, and I don't think he's stoppable at times.
And he became known across the nation as SuperHandles.
Let me get into it. This is episode 3 of Elite Game, by the way. And I'm starting here with the sled. I'm going to be pulling the sled backwards while dribbling the basketball behind my back. So I'm working on stepping behind my knee during each step and pounding my dribble behind my back.
This can really be a superb warm-up for your legs, for your feet, for your ankles, for your dribbling, and for your brain. I say can be because it is what you make it. How hard are you actually pounding the dribble? Are you pushing yourself? These are the things that are up to you each time you train. How hard are you really going to go?
All right, now that's a heck of a warm-up. Now I'm gonna do 2 in a row progression shots, starting close to the basket and working my way out. I'm just getting my shot warmed up. All right, that's 2 in a row progression shots. Now I'm gonna be doing some finishing. I'm gonna be shooting shots off 1 foot behind the block. I need to make 5 on each side.
If I'm in a situation where I'm attacking off the dribble and I'm dribbling along the side of the lane, nearing the baseline, I need to be able to make this type of shot consistently and be able to do so with either hand. To prepare for shot blocking defenders, I need to be able to put the ball up high above the top of the square, close to the top of the backboard in order to get the shot off. This has helped me tremendously through the years and can do the same for you. I'm only taking 2 steps into these shots, but I'm moving fast into these shots. I'm pushing off, I'm exploding. I want elite quality output so that I can build usable skills and also make elite skills even more elite.
Okay. Now I'm gonna make 2 free throws and move on to the next finish. The next finish I'm going to do is a hook shot. I'm starting outside the lane here with at least 1 foot outside the lane, dribbling behind the back, taking a crossover step and shooting the hook shot. If I have an advantage in this direction, I need to be able to finish over bigger players that are trying to block the shot. I need to make 5 in each direction here. I'm working on a quick behind the back dribble, a hard behind the back dribble, and then also picking the ball up with only 1 hand and finishing. Four. All right, there's 5. Now the other side. One.
Here's an example of this move-in shot against an exceptional defender, Tyke Thompson.
Five. Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row. Now I'm going to write down my shooting stats and get ready for the next drill. Now I'm going to be doing side hop hesitations into a 3-step jumper. I'm starting with mid-range jumpers. I'm initiating the side hop with the between the legs dribble. So when I do this, I want to work on pounding my dribble hard because I want to hesitate for a long time legally. And then I'm going to abruptly get into the shot by executing a 3-step. So I'm not going to land on both feet like a jump stop. I'm going to perform a 3-step and then delay the pickup and then quickly get into the shot. So I need to work on abrupt transitions here from the completion of the 3-step to the jump, and then also the pickup needs to be abrupt. I need to make 5 in each direction here. In these jumpers, I'm trying to elevate, trying to shoot these jumpers high, so I need to explode up.
As you're watching these, what are some things that stand out to you that you can apply yourself? Look closely. I'm going to be talking more about my areas of emphasis during side hop 3-step jumpers in the next drill, but I'd like to hear what you think. What stands out to you?
I try to push myself to the point of making errors. If I only operate in my comfort zone, I won't make progress, so I need to keep pushing and challenging myself. It's fun to me. And I know that at times it can be frustrating, but I need to push through it because that's where the progress happens. Now that's 10 made mid-range jumpers. Now I'm going to do the same thing from outside the 3-point line. And this time I'm going to do it with a V behind the back. So pound it behind my back, side hop, hezzy, and abruptly shoot the 3. I found it common to see players pick the ball up early, meaning they pick it up, 1 foot on the ground, then take 2 more steps. It's common to see that on various side steps and step backs. And in high school, if you have an early pickup like that, or college, and take 2 more steps, then that's not legal. It's legal in the NBA though. So you need to know the rules of where you're playing, but I find it advantageous to delay the pickup so that you still have your dribble. So if your defender stays with you, you still have your dribble, you can counter. But if you've picked it up, even if you are able to get away with it in high school and college, and you pick it up early, and there's no travel called, well, if your defender stays on you, you don't have your shot, or the shot is much tougher. But if you keep your dribble, you can counter your defender. And that's the power of delaying the pickup. But you gotta do so legally. So the hand should be positioned no lower than the side of the ball.
While working on these side hop 3-step jumpers, not only am I working on the delayed pickup technique, but I'm also very focused upon speed. And this applies to how quickly I pick the ball up, how quickly I transition the ball from my pickup to the load point of my shot, and the transition from the 2nd step to the 3rd step and the 3rd step to the jump. And I also want my jump to be explosive. I want to get off the floor. I aim to be very sudden when it comes to transitioning to my jump shot. Milliseconds matter. They could be the difference between me getting my shot off or getting the shot blocked. So when I recognize an advantage, I need to be prepared to quickly capitalize on that advantage. While this is tougher to do, it's also tougher to guard.
Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row. For this particular move that I'm going to do a side hop, and then following the side hop, I'm either 2-foot tapping or 1-2 tapping, and then I'll do the mirror hezzy. So I'm going to delay the mirror hezzy, and then I'll either push the dribble out or overcross it the other way. Regardless of which way I go, I need to take a big crossover step like Iverson, and then be able to stop quickly and elevate for the jumper. I'm not going to be stopping while facing the hoop. If I did that, I would make myself easier to guard, but I want to be harder to guard. So I need to be able to create that separation regardless of what angle I'm facing away from the hoop. I need to be able to stop and turn in the air on the way up. My thinking is I want to have a vast array of elite options.
When I'm hopping to the side, I don't want to give anything away. I can use this time to assess my defender and see where he is. And then, following the 2-foot tap, I abruptly look up at the hoop and initiate my mirror.
I need to be abrupt. I need to push off quickly and take a big crossover step when I do get out of the move. By the way, which Hitchcock would you rather watch? North by Northwest or The Birds?
While these maneuvers may look easy, they're anything but. The skilled timing that is needed is highly involved. The standard hezzy is performed while moving laterally, followed by the 2-foot tap, and then the mirror hezzy. the timing to initiate the mirror hezi is delayed. From a skill perspective, the dribbling hand needs to be in a legal position on the ball to keep the dribble alive while also being in a protected position. This occurs during the side hop and 2-foot tap. In a live situation, I assess my defender and how he's playing me during this time, and I recommend you do the same. But still, there's more to these particular maneuvers. Once the 2-foot tap is performed, it opens the gate for the mirror hezi. I suddenly look up towards the hoop while initiating my mirror and resetting my feet for an explosive push-off. And I treat these push-offs as part of my explosive training. I want each one to be as quick and powerful as possible. If I'm going 3/4 speed, that's not going to cut it. Following the big crossover step is the stop, and I need to slam on the brakes upon floor contact. The faster you are going out of the move, the more force you need to be able to handle upon impact. So how explosive can you be with your push-off, and how quickly can you stop? No matter where your current ability lies, this is something you can work on. I try to make my body adapt to the stimulus, and over time, progress has been made. After the stop initiated with the crossover step foot, the second step needs to be quickly positioned for the 2-foot explosive jump into the pull-up. I give you that overview so you can see that much goes into this, and each rep really requires a great deal of effort.
If I have the step on a defender, a slow stop will give the defender time to get back on me. So I want to stop as quick as possible. My dad has often talked about doing anything possible to create an edge, create an advantage. And stopping quicker can give you a greater advantage. Now, when you fake a shot with a mirror hesitation, you need to be able to quickly assess the defender. And so when I'm doing these, I need to be able to assess the defender, where he's moving, where he's at, his length, can he get to my shot? Do I have enough space to get a shot? How can I counter the defender? Following this mirror hesitation, I can go either way. So depending on how the defender reacts, I need to be able to push the dribble out and take a crossover step wide and then be able to pull up. And I also need to be able to change direction the other way. The assessment needs to happen quickly, but I need to be prepared to do either. And there's more I need to be prepared for as well. Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row. One thing Allen Iverson used to do was to go laterally across the lane and shoot pull-up jump shots. One drill I like to use to train this across the lane pull-up ability is by use of a hurdle. And I'll attack, jump, turn in the air, clear the hurdle, and then shoot the jumper. I'll do this in each direction. For the first set, I'm going straight across. And then for the second set, the angle will be more severe. I'll go this way, turn, and shoot. What I'm not doing is turning and then doing a lateral hop. That would defeat the purpose of what I'm trying to accomplish here. So I want to go full speed, stop, jump, turn in the air, and shoot the shot while I'm fading. I need to make 5 each way. These aren't cupcake jumpers that the majority of players practice. But if you want to play different than your competition, you need to train different. This is about gaining an advantage, about having an edge against whoever your closest competition is.
Good job!
These are scoring jumpers. They're serious. Now I need to make 2 free throws in a row. Now I'm doing the same drill, but at a more severe angle. Thank you. Now I'm going to do it the other way. Building an elite game takes elite work. It's something that is a big challenge, and it can be very tiring. But I think long term, not short term. I've been working on this for over 30 years. Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row. Now I'm gonna do eyes closed imagination to the mid-range jumper. I'm gonna do various moves with my eyes closed and then open them on the way up. This will force me to quickly focus on my focus point and release my shot. I'm gonna make 5 on the left side and 5 on the right side. I'm gonna use my imagination and quickly get into the jumper, but I also need to elevate. I want to delay when I open my eyes as long as possible. Now I need to make 5 free throws in a row.
Who gets better and better every single day?
I've been doing explosive movements on the court, and part of my super explosive training is practicing explosive movements with the basketball on the court because I want to get more and more explosive on the court. So I need to practice those movements. So I've already got a lot of reps exploding out of moves and then elevating into jump shots. I've been going as hard as I can, stopping as quickly as I can, elevating. But now I'm going to do my super explosive training with weights and other special exercises. I'm starting with what I call single leg pad squats. I rest my knee on the pad, I'm on the ball of my foot, my knee is over my toe, and I explode upward and I monitor my bar speed. So I have specific records for each leg that I'm trying to beat. Now this set is with 205. Now I'm going to do single leg depth jumps with my right leg from a 24-inch drop. My left ankle is not ready for this yet because of the severe ankle sprain that I had a while ago, and it's improving, but not quite ready for this. So I have a record for my right leg from a 24-inch drop that I'll be trying to beat here. The emphasis during depth jumps is to land and jump as high as possible, whereas the emphasis of drop jumps is to have the shortest ground contact time possible. So there's a different emphasis. I've seen them confused before online. A depth jump is different. The contact time is a little longer. It should still be fast, but not as quick as a drop jump.
And now back for another set of single leg pad squats. This isn't a tap and go. This is a pause and explode. Now I have weighted quick jumps, also known as weighted pogo hops, with 135 pounds in additional load. I'm working on quick push-offs, aiming to explode upward at the moment contact is made. And now I'm following the weighted pogos up with unweighted pogos. And now back to single leg depth jumps, trying to break a record. That one was 22.8 inches. A critical component to depth jumps is mental preparation. I'm not casually going through these jumps. I want to jump as high as possible on each individual jump. If I want to stimulate adaptation, then I need elite quality outputs. It's that simple. And this goes for both my off-court and on-court work. For example, right here, I'm monitoring the speed of the concentric part of these single leg pad squats. I'm trying to explode upward as rapidly as possible.
I'm gonna do single leg seated calf raise with 90 pounds of load added to this. I'm gonna go from a stretch to an explosion. Now I'm going over here to tibialis machine.
And I'm going for 10 repetitions with 70 pounds in additional load. Now I'm going to do 10 reps on the reverse hyper with 160 pounds in additional load. I'm trying to explode up on each rep.
Now I'm doing single leg back extensions with 165 pounds in additional load. I'm working on exploding up.
I look at each rep as a new opportunity. I don't want to waste my time. I want to make the most of it. I want to stimulate adaptation.
That's serious.
And now back to the seated calf machine. Again, I'm trying to explode up as rapidly as I can on each rep. I've been serious about training my calves since I was toe high to an elephant. Notice that I'm getting a full stretch, then pushing the weight up as quickly as I can and briefly pausing at the top. Now I've got single leg tibialis raises with 50 pounds.
You know what? My tibs are they're too tired.
Now I'm doing double leg with 80 pounds. Now I have one more set of reverse hypers. These are great for the lower back, hips, glutes, and hamstrings. And here's my last set of single leg back extensions with 165 pounds. I'm aiming for each individual rep to be as explosive as possible. This is a common theme when I train. Now I'm going to do 10 hanging leg raises with my legs extended while emphasizing exploding upward as rapidly as possible. Go down, explode up. For each rep, I aim to get my legs to a point that is at least parallel to the floor, and then briefly pause and lower my legs in a controlled manner. This is a superb exercise for hip flexors and lower abs. And now back to depth jumps. And now I have more leg raises. I'll tell you what, a hidden potential side effect of this exercise is ripped abs. And honestly, who's mad at that? I often do this exercise throughout a given day, and one of my favorite places to do it is in the kitchen. I hold myself up in a corner with my hands on the counter. Have you ever done this? Let me know in the comments. If you'd like to build an elite game that stands out over your competition, head over to elitegame.pro. This is a new opportunity for your game. Now I have my last set of single leg depth jumps in this training session. Now I have weighted ankle cars. These are controlled articular rotations, also known as ankle circles. I'm doing these in both directions in a controlled manner. And then I'm adding some change of direction at the end. And then I'm also doing these exercises with my other ankle. I want my ankles to be as strong and resilient as possible. And to do this, I use resistance exercises, stretches, various hops, jumps, and other explosive movements, including my on-court work. I want my ankles to be as prepared as possible to handle the movements that I do on the court. Now, this doesn't mean an injury can't happen, but I want to be as prepared as I can.
Now I need to make 20 free throws in a row. I see players who say they want to be really good. They may commit for a little while, but then they eventually stop. And if you're really serious, know that the majority of players are going to stop. They may have great enthusiasm at the beginning. They say they want to be great. They say they want to be elite, but they won't put in elite work long term, and that's what it takes. So instead of stopping after a week or 2 weeks or a month or 6 months, think about where you're going to be a year from now, 2 years from now, 5 years from now, 10 years from now. Imagine if you put in elite work daily over that period of time. Elite game takes elite work. This is Elite Game Episode 3. If you have any questions on anything you saw in this workout, let me know. I hope that what you saw here has inspired you. But I want you to know all the glory goes to God, not to me. God has sustained me during the good times and the bad times. God has given me my life, and I want to glorify Him. The glory is His. I do hope that you were inspired by what you saw today, but the glory is God's. Be sure to check out the next episode, and let me know if you have any questions. God bless you, much love to you, and I hope to see you soon.